going on YouTube? It's your boy Matt Get the Hands, and I do have a special guest in the house right now. He will be doing the voiceover with me along with his haircut tutorial. Let me introduce to y'all Mr. Get Beamed himself. Say what's up, man.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all, everybody a part of Team Gifted, Stay Gifted. What's going on, everybody? We finna get into a dope tutorial, a 360 waiver tutorial. He's going to use the BEAMED Team cordless compressor, so I can't wait to see it because I've yet to see this footage. But if you guys just bear with us, this is gonna be a dope tutorial. Let's lock in.
Yeah, so just to let y'all know, we are here at the Little Rock, Arkansas airport. He's going into Chicago where he stays at. I'm going into Tampa. So if y'all hear the intercom, any noise in the background, we apologize. But we just wanted to make sure to get some great content and you know, a voiceover, because I want to hear his insight about cutting waves, because I myself am a student to cutting this type of hair texture. I kind of struggled with doing this type of haircut in barber college. Now, you know, I'm a little more comfortable doing it, but you know, you can always gain knowledge and, you know, learn from, you know, guys like Get Beamed, man, barbers like Get Beamed. So he specializes in these types of haircuts, so maybe he can give you some kind of tips, techniques, or tricks, you know, how to do this type of haircut. So right off the back, I'm using my wall cordless seniors, and I have the one guard all the way closed, because I feel like a one with the grain can still be wavelength. Some wavers want to just do like a 1.5 or maybe a 2, depending on how dark they want their waves. But right here, I'm just making sure I cut the hair all the way down evenly with the one going with the grain, and I will have some pretty cool angles in this video. But so being like, is this like cutting with one with the grain? Is this wavelength to you?
I like it. I feel like it just depends on hair texture, how dark the hair is. When you can cut with the 1/8 guard. A lot of my clients like 1.5s, but a lot of my clients with more of a coarse or more of a rough texture hair gets cut with a 1/8 open, medium, not medium, halfway or closed. It can be either one. But in cases like this, with this specific client, he has the hair texture to be cut with the 1/8 guard, and I can see why, because now his hair is starting to lay better. A 1.5 wouldn't have took nothing off of this specific client's hair.
Right. So right here I have the Andis Slimline Pros. These are not the LIs, these are original trimmers of Andis Slimlines. And I started with my first guideline. Now I'm using my lever all the way open with the wall cordless seniors, going up about 1/2 inch. And we're just gonna make sure we taper this back out. Now I have it in the middle, and I'm going right underneath where I left my guideline for the lever all the way open. And then I just close my lever, and now that line is completely taken out. And you're gonna see I'll do some close-ups on this taper in the back, because his hair, typically like haircuts like this, you'll see where the client's hair grows inward from the, you know, the side of the neckline. It'll grow inward, so you got to cut to the side, you got to cut in different angles. That way you can make sure to feed the hair through the clipper, or through the guard rather. So right here now I have my one guard all the way open, going up again about 1 inch, right around the occiput area. And the highest guard I'll use in this video will be a 1.5 guard, just to kind of lighten up that area.
Yeah, I like the approach that you took with this specific haircut. I like the fact that it's cut down with a 1/8, meaning at most you would only have to go up to a 1.5 to debulk if you wanted to get to the highest point of your taper. But I like that you started it at the bottom with the slim line, not the LIs, but the most underrated one, the one that everybody said had a bad battery. I love that clipper because the heaviness of that trimmer is perfect. And this right here is when you tap into that 1.5 that I was talking about earlier, because you cut them with a 1/8 that you will have to debulk with the 1.5. You don't even need to touch a 2 in this haircut.
Right.
So it's really 3 to 2 guards. 3 guards if you want to use a 1/16, 2 guards if you can go your clippers 1/8 and a 1.5. I really love the approach to this haircut.
Yeah, so like doing a 1 with the grain, I would say it's equivalent to about a 1.5 guard all the way open going against the grain. So that's why he was saying that you don't need to jump into the 2. You just make sure you open and close that lever with the 1.5, and now you're debulking. Now I'm just jumping back to my 1/16 guard or half guard, depending on what system and clipper you use. Since I'm using wall, I'm using the 1/16. And I started with the lever open, and I go by this system right here. So I did a close-up. That way you can see the way that the hair grows. I got to make sure I cut against the grain. But the reason why I do the approach of open, middle, close is because I feel if you go with the close lever, you may create yourself a guideline or something that you can't get out, versus starting with the lever open, working your way down is trial and error. If it's not cutting, then you can always close the lever. You can't put your hair back on, you can always take it off. But as you can tell, I just erased that line with the 1/16 guard, making sure to stretch the skin as well too.
Yeah, especially in little tight areas like this when you don't want to push the fade too high, but you want to give a dope transition from where you balled it out, opened it up, and then you did your 1/8, or if you did your 1.5 and you came back to clean up at the end with the 1/16. I just like how you started higher, so the fade didn't go too high. Most people who start with a fade from the bottom all the way up sometimes accidentally push that fade too high, but if you start from top to bottom, you can almost see the transitions of the fade happen before you even knock the guidelines out.
Right, and like you can see right here, I'm doing a lot of corner work. I'm favoring the left and the right corner of the blade or the guard. Now I have no guard on. I'm starting with my lever all the way open, and I'm just making sure I remove those dark spots, make sure I'm cutting against the grain. Now there are some times with like wave cuts, you may find yourself turning that clipper around and going with the grain just to soften up that blend. So right here on this taper on the side, my client wants to have a connection to his chin strap, so he wants pointed sideburns, right? So I just did as short as a lever all the way closed, and just blended that into the chin strap. So I started with the lever closed, put it in the middle, and then opened it up. Now I'm jumping to my one guard, again, lever all the way open, and since he doesn't want the taper so high, you are gonna have to use a lot of corner work. Go right around that ear right there. Don't go too far back, but just so you can make that transition of the taper, make sure it belongs to the back.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well. Make sure you guys really aim towards the back of the ear, because I see amazing tapers all the time, but the only flaw in a lot of people's tapers is they don't go behind that ear. And as you guys can see at the top of his ear, when Matt moves his hands right here, you can see a light dark spot. And a lot of people don't understand or know that you go behind the ear. Right. And that's what Matt's doing in this video. He's consistently getting behind the ear no matter what guard he's using, just to debulk into fade and create the transition for the taper for the client.
Right. It's still a taper. You're not going into a fade. It's just making sure that area right there around the ear, that you blend that in. That way it looks like it belongs to the back of the neck. Again, a lot of corner work.
One thing I'm noticing too, Matt isn't laying his clippers flat on someone's head. He's coming at an angle, but also flicking at the line to transition the taper better, because like he said earlier, the client doesn't want this taper high. He wants it dark, but he still wants pointy sideburns to connect to the actual chin strap. So I like the fact that he's keeping the taper low and fading in a small round to make sure the client still has a nice taper to show off.
Man, but the reason why me and Get Beamed are at the airport right now is because we came to Little Rock, Arkansas. Our boy Marvin hit up Get Beamed and was like, I'm trying to put together an event. I want to get you, Matt Gifted Hands, along with Adam Williams and William Stam out here to do an event, and that's what we did. We're coming back from Little Rock, Arkansas, and we just killed this event. It was a dope turnout, and you know, just with Get Beamed being here, man, why not do a voiceover with my boy? So right here, this is my one guard. Basically what you do to one side, you do to the other. But the event was a dope turnout, man.
Shout out to the Arkansas Barber
for real.
Network, man. Again, we want to shout out to Marvin. We want to shout out to Zan. We want to shout out to a lot of people who was able to make this event happen for us. It was very dope. We was able to come out here, not only presentate in front of people who just want to further their education in the game, but we were able to show you guys tutorials as well and walk you guys through steps and why we fade the way we fade. And I just feel like this was one of the best events that we did, and I feel like Little Rock as a whole, you guys came out, y'all held it down, y'all asked questions, We did a couple giveaways. We had 8 things that was given away. So shout out to Matt again and the team, Tomb 45, for making that happen for us. But we was able to come out to Little Rock, Arkansas and have an amazing time and throw an amazing event. And man, we can't wait to be back.
And the opportunity came about from YouTube. You know, Marvin knew Get Beamed, and he was like, man, I want to get a hold of Matt Gift Hands. I don't know how. He didn't know that Get Beamed, like me and Get Beamed, man, we did work together before, and he's part of Tombsquad, Tomb 45. So, you know, he's like, oh, I can get a hold of him, you know, no problem. So that's what happened, man. We made it work, and you know, networking out here was dope. It was a great turnout, and just speaking, you know, to these barbers, to see how hungry they are. I think I met at least 4 to 5 barbers that were in school or thinking about going to barber college. And I think that's dope because they're not even barbers yet, or they're in college, but they want to better their career and get that education and knowledge and just grow.
Before continuing on this, I'm watching how he's doing the lineup with the slim lines, and as you guys see when he said make this taper connect to the back of the neck in that previous clip, you got, look at this, how he actually hit the line around the ear. Look how the taper goes into the actual darkness of the hair and then goes down into the neck taper as well. Like, this is line and one-on-one for all of you guys, and this is taper and one-on-one. I love the fact that he was able to bald it out, so he closed his seams, and then at that he was able to fade in the small realms, still keep the ice pick sideburns with a chin strap, because the chin strap, the sideburns are going to be thin anyway. It's a chin strap. You're expecting it to be a skinny beard lineup, but I just like the transition of the fade, and I like the naturalness of the lineup. This is before color enhancement, and the client is already clean. This is dope right here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You repeat the same steps over here. You guys hold the ear down. You don't want to irritate the ear or have the ear in the way. But as you guys can see, look how he works his way around the curve of the ear in both tapers, the neck taper and the actual side taper, how they blend in with the darkness of the hair, or how they transition into the darkness of the hair to give that illusion and that pop for this specific haircut. Matt, I see you doing it, my boy, and I'm very proud of you. Like, this is dope, bro. I
ain't gonna lie, man. Like I said, I'm a student to this craft, right? I'm always constantly watching Get Beamed videos, 360G's videos, because I want to make sure that when my client comes in with waves, I know what I need to do. I educate my client, man. I think a 1 with the grain with this type of hair texture that you have might look good. I think a 1.5 will look good.
That boy Tokyo drifting around the corner right now. I love that right there, bro.
No need to put back.
That is the perfect C right there. Like, he's in Tampa and he just did a Chicago C for me. Like, I love that right there. I love when people do exactly what I do. Things like this is what make me happy about the game, man. To see people kill it at this level. Like Matt said, this is not the haircut he started off or was comfortable with. But look how he approaching this haircut. Look how he's handling this haircut. Like, this is very dope.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I'm glad that I'm able to do these type of haircuts, and I just feel like just a wave length haircut with a taper, not a fade, but a taper, just comes out so clean. Something about waves and tapers, man.
It does. Like, if you look at the curve of the line, and that looks like it was already hit with the razor. The actual C part looks like it was hit with the razor. And I think a lot of people don't understand, like, your clippers isn't even zero gap. So with that being said, you don't have to zero gap super hard to get crispy lineups. Clean hair and, you know, adjusted trimmers, they don't have to be zero gap, but clean hair and adjusted trimmers can get the job done just like this. Matt is killing his haircut. Like, the haircut can't get no better right now. But that Beam Team cordless compressor coming, I just can't wait to see him use it. Like, this is going to be dope.
One of the hottest, the house of creations.
And right now we get Matt using a business card so he can stay inside the boundary of the lineup. And then once you place the business card, you want to give yourself at least 5 to 6 inches away from the client to spray the Beam Team cordless compressor. And another thing that you guys don't understand about this compressor, we use like a 1-to-2 ratio. We like to go 1 ounce kiss in 99% alcohol, because alcohol acts as a solvent. And it's going to break this kiss down to a liquid form for you to be able to use it, but it doesn't change colors like how water makes kiss loses components, or it loses the strength in its components once you mix kiss with water. It doesn't happen like that with alcohol. And alcohol can be used because it's 99%. It dries the hair in the lining up, because it pulls all of the oils out. So once he go back and re-hit this lineup, you're gonna see how much more cleaner it can get. But Matt is killing us with the Beam Team cordless compressor. If you haven't pre-ordered yours, pre-order yours now. We are in round 3, and they will be shipped out mid-October. Do not miss this wave. I promise y'all, this is the future. And my boy is killing it right now.
Appreciate it, man. Well, look, I'm serious, man. We're here at the airport. I'm about to board my plane right now, man. Get Beam. Thank you for getting on this video with me, big dog.
Oh no, it was a pleasure, bro. Shout out to all of the fans. Shout out to Team Gifted. If you were part of the TBT fan base or any Tomb 45 member and you under this video, drop hashtag Barber Love or something like that, because it's about unity, man. And shout out to my boy Matt Gifted Hands again.
Appreciate you, man. So this is the finished product. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Team Gifted, the Beam Team, man.